And before Mike DeWine's order to shut down fitness centers and gyms because of the coronavirus, the YMCA of Greater Cincinnati was already making changes. President and CEO Jorge Perez talked about those changes with Courier publisher Jamie Smith.
Jorge, thanks for being on set with us today. I know as the Y is changing a lot of things that they do in their normal day, it's a very busy time for you as well as many others. So thanks for taking time out with us.
Thank you for having me, Jamie.
You know, as a board member of the Y, one of the things that I've been the most impressed with was you guys were not reactive. You started being proactive, you know, as soon as you started hearing about this pandemic. Talk a little bit about what you guys have done and how you've transitioned at the Y.
Well, it became pretty evident early that the very thing that we do best, which is bring people together, was the very thing that they were telling us not to do. And so we had to make some decisions about making changes to our programs, thinking about our facilities, and at the same time begin to think about what this was going to do to our communities, what impact it was going to have. Specifically, we were hearing from hospital administrators saying, is there anything you can do to help us fill the need for what we anticipate will be a significant need for individuals that are working in hospitals or going to be first responders for child care? And so we made a decision to close our facilities and pivot immediately into turning them into child care centers, and we have been full steam ahead since that decision.
Yeah, and it's such a great decision. I mean, again, you made that before school started to close, so you were already in your plan before you had to be. Talk about some of the other things that you guys have done in this process, because I know it's, you know, I always go back to every time I hear you talk about the mind, body, and spirit. That's what our mission at the Y is, right? That hasn't changed. Talk about it.
What most people think about when they think of the YMCA is the gym and swim, and I get that. I understand why they think that, but our mission brought us to that place because we believe that creating places for people to exercise, places for people to gather and swim is a great place for people to develop their spirit, their minds, and their bodies. And so when we can't do that, then we still don't stop developing spirit, minds, and bodies. We shift and we say, what do we do next? When the song The YMCA was written, the lyrics is, it's fun to stay at the YMCA. Well, nobody stays at the YMCA right now. So even as late as the 1970s, we were housing people. Well, we don't do that anymore. And when we heard that there was going to be some real specific needs, again, we pivoted and began to ask three questions. What are we going to do for the children of people that are going to be on the front lines? What are we going to do with our seniors? Many of them are scared. And what are we going to do for people that are food insecure?
Yeah. What, if there's a message that you can give to our viewers, what can they do, or is there anything they can do to help the Y in their mission right now?
Well, first of all, the thousands of members who have decided to stay with us, thank you. Because we could not do what we're doing right now without their support. And I know that they're as concerned as anybody else, but they are really helping us. Secondly, we've gotten a lot of support from the philanthropic community, the United Way, the Greater Cincinnati Community Foundation, and so many other organizations. I heard from Crossroads Community Church earlier today that are banding together to say, what do we need to do to help? And so thank you so much for doing that. There are also opportunities for volunteerism on our website at my.y.org. Okay. And so if individuals want to sign up to serve, we won't need you to hand things out or take care of those kids on the front line, but we may need some support, maybe making some phone calls.
Okay, great. You know, I think we talked off air before we got here today. As crazy as things are right now, and there's a lot of negative things out there, it's very positive to see organizations like the YMCA, as well as many others in our city right now, are banding together, right?
There are a lot of heroes right now. As individuals are sheltering and figuring out how to protect their families, there are heroes who are out there preparing for this, who are saying, how do I get to the front line to support? And that's public and private, and a lot of nonprofits that are figuring out new ways of delivering their services and protecting our communities. So yeah, there's a lot of things to celebrate right now.
Jorge, thanks once again for coming in today and sharing with us. Thanks for everything that you and the YMCA are doing. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Jamie.
Absolutely.